Hey everybody, this is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. I am in Keenesburg, Colorado. It is Sunday. It's the 13th of October, 2019. We don't have class today, but we are studying. We are doing some of the homework we have. But I talked about trying to give you a little tour of Keenesburg. It's not a lot to see, but just to give you an idea, if you're thinking about coming out here, I think it's a good thing that there's not a lot to do out here because it can keep you focused on what's important. So, that said, I am still fighting the cold. If you watch yesterday's video, I'm fighting this cold. So, this is going to be in some parts, and I'll talk to you about what's going on. Stay tuned. Okay, so first things first, this is when you get off I-76 here in Keenesburg. There's a couple things you're going to see. Family Dollar. That's going to be really important to you while you're here. You can see the van out front in there. That's one of the school's vans. There's not a lot of places to go shopping there, but Family Dollar, food, supplies, all sorts of stuff like that. But that's one of the places you're going to go. Most days when we come back from class, we pass by here. So depending on who's in your van and how much time you have, usually there's a time limit between the time that you, excuse me, this is going to be a little off because just the way things are going. Anyway, usually there's a time limit on how much time you got to spend after you get done with class. Usually 45 minutes before you have to be at the house, and the vans need to be parked for the night. So, but you have time to stop here, get some food, get some supplies, that kind of stuff, and get moving. Now, there's not a lot of restaurant choices here. One of them, though, is right here. Okay, it is Dino's I-76. Really good diner. It's open from 6 in the morning to 9 in the evening. So if you want to walk here in the morning, you can grab breakfast. But more often than not, you come over here in the evening and have breakfast or have dinner. Good dinner, reasonably priced, but only one of a couple places that you can eat, and the only place really in town to eat for dinner if you're going to go out and eat. But it can get expensive if you plan on doing that every night. If you're in there, say hi to Alicia. She's one of the servers here. She lived in Albuquerque. We just got done talking. She used to be a teacher. Tell her Rick from Albuquerque said hi if you come in. Okay, just to walk a little bit farther down the road, we're gonna walk here. We're gonna stop, and I'm gonna take a break because I can only do so much in this view from my camera. So, you have a welcome to Keenesburg sign. You do have a Shell station over here. That's gonna be important to you as well. Why? Because that's where you're gonna stop in the morning. If you can get everybody stopped to get coffee, a little snack, something like that on the way to the yard. The vans can't leave the houses any earlier than 6:30, and you have to be at the yard by 7. So you got to be here. So I'll put in a little bit in between. I'll put in the distances to walk between these places just so you know and you have an idea. And all the distances I put down will be walking along the roads and the way that Google Maps will tell you the distance to walk and the time to walk. There are some faster ways to walk places, but just to let you know. If you do come here in the morning to get coffee, you got to park over here in the lot next to Dino's Diner. You can't park in the parking lot you can't park in this parking lot here. Come in, make sure you say hi to Cece. You'll know her right as soon as you go in. She's got a great attitude, everything like that. Make sure you say good morning when you see her, and they'll take care of you. But make sure you get here as quickly as you can because coffee goes fast. All right. So that said, this is down the main road. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and I'll pick it up in a second when we get a little bit farther. You can see the train in the background, train tracks, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Okay, a couple more things. This is Church of Christ right here. Another place to go to church if you need to. If you go down that road a little ways, you're going to run into the American Legion Hall. Just found it out because there was a sign over there. That said, if you're older like I am and a member of the American Legion, you still can't go there while you're here going to school here. That's a no-no. That's an absolute no. Alcohol is totally prohibited while you're going to school. I don't know if it's a federal mandate. I think they said it was a federal mandate, but no alcohol while you're going to school. You can't buy it, drink it, anything like that. You get caught going and doing that, you're going to be out on your ear. So this is a Keenesburg sign right here. Population 1,191. Keenesburg, home of 500 happy people and a few soreheads. Well, you know what? I haven't met any soreheads yet. So, but I have met the 500 happy people. Well, not all 500, but a lot of the happy people. And this is the railroad tracks right here. One of the things that I want you to pay attention to, if you can see, look at the elevation on there, 4,944 feet. If you're one of the people who's coming from sea level, you need to make sure that you are hydrated when you come up here. It's really, if you're not hydrated, it's going to be even harder for you. We do have some people going through sort of an elevation sickness. It's not big for me. I'm coming from about 6,300 feet, so it's not that bad. But for people who are coming from sea level or below that almost 5,000 feet, it's going to be rough. So you need to make sure that you're hydrated and you're prepared for that, okay? Besides the weather changes that you've seen on my videos over the last few days. Okay, so just walked a little bit longer, about 5 minutes, maybe most. Shea Park, it's over here. I haven't been over here, but it's someplace they tell you about. There are some basketball courts over there. They do have some basketballs in the houses you can bring over here, shoot some hoops if you want. Looks like there's some nice little picnic area. We were talking a little bit about doing that. Looks like they even have a little stage here. Maybe they have some events or something over here. I don't know, but a nice little park. I know that closer to the house the other day, they have the, I don't know if it's the fairgrounds or whatever, but we heard some music the other day. I think I recorded on one of the early videos that I did from last weekend that I think it was actually the last Sunday that I recorded that seemed pretty cool. But this is a park, nice little park, and we're gonna go from there. Okay, everybody, so this is Woodward Avenue. Oh, by the way, before, if you heard somebody yelling my name, it was one of the guys from our that lives in our apartment. He's a great skateboarder. I missed getting him on video. I thought I got him, but he was trying to get me to film him. He does great tricks. I hope he doesn't try to do that with a semi, but he does some great tricks out there. One of these days, maybe I'll film him doing some tricks, post it a little bit. This is Woodward. You can see the back of the sign, the Keenesburg sign, the railroad tracks. And if you look way in the distance, you can see the overpass. That's over there by Family Dollar. So you can see it's not that far. But this is Woodward. I'm going to take a little walk this way. Tough part about this, I like this video program that I use, this app on my phone. When I'm doing the selfie kind of stuff, when it's pointing back towards me, it doesn't matter how long it is. The problem is when I'm doing forward, I can only record in like 5-minute bursts. So if you know a way to change that, let me know. But I haven't really looked that much. But I'm gonna walk over here. You can tell it's not that far a walk. Got a place, this cafe right here. This is the other restaurant in town that is open, but it's not open for dinner. So it's a place where we'll check the hours here. Excuse me. They said it's that cold, I'm fighting a little bit. So this is Main Street. So I'm just going to show you right here. This is the Main Street Cafe. So good and bad about it. good food. Bad part is it's not open on Monday. It's open Sunday from 7 to 12 and Tuesday through Saturday 6:30 to 2. So not a lot of chance to eat here. I did eat here last Sunday for breakfast, and it was pretty good, but it's the other options. So if you're going to eat out, there's really only Dino's. So that said, I'm going to back up here, show you, see if I can come across here, and just as I'm crossing, show you what Main Street looks like. That's Main Street right there. So you can tell I can stand in the middle of the road for a second and film straight down Main Street. But we're going to go walk down here in a sec, and I'll show you a few things that are important to know and go from there. Okay? Well, okay, so we're back over here at Main Street. Again, that's the Main Street Cafe. You go 2 doors down in the next 2 buildings, this one with the sign on it, and also the one next to it are the buildings for Careers Worldwide, Tractor Trailer Driving School, 35 and 45 South Main here in Keenesburg. Those are the schools or the buildings where you're going to have classes. You're also going to have study sessions, all sorts of stuff like that. There's a new group in there. I hear it's a lot smaller than last week, but this is not an easy thing. If you're going to do it, it's not easy. You gotta make sure you have your ducks in a row and you're ready to go. You know, I mean, I know we've lost a lot of people in our class, but those of us who are left, we should make it. Hopefully we'll all make it through. 25 right next, that's the women's dorm, or the women's apartments, or however you want to put it, for people going here to Careers Worldwide. As you walk down the road, I'm going to go ahead and cross just really quick, just so you can see. So, and we're going to stop right here in front of 45 South Main. This is also where, if you need to have stuff sent to you while you're here, they can send it here. They'll give you a card so you have the address, and you can get stuff sent here if you need to. All right? Okay, so walking down Main Street, again, there's the office. Right across the street is the Ponderosa Inn. That is an absolute no. No way, no shape, no form. You can't go in there. They sell alcohol. They do sell food and have pool tables and stuff, but you cannot go in there. If you go in there, you're going to be kicked out of school. So just so you know. A few other things to know. That's going to be a favorite place of yours, Keene Market right there. So you can get what kind of food you need. That's one of 2 places to shop. Like I said, Family Dollar's one, but Keene Market's going to be the other. They got great food in there. Nice little butcher shop. You can get roasted chickens. You can get all sorts of stuff. You can see crazy guys who go to school here.
Hey man, it's good out here, man. You know, CRST, man, it's Stevens.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun guys we get to meet over here and have a lot of fun with, but we learn and we support each other, so that's the important part of it. So as you go, there's Keene Market, like I said, you'll hear that in the background. But as we go, laundry, today everybody been doing laundry. Sunday, everybody's over here doing laundry. $1.50, $2 for laundry plus drying. Costs you about $3 or $4. You can get, like I said, food over here. The post office, you want to mail anything, that's where you're going to go. Now this place, I wish it was open. It's not open yet. Looks like they're working on it, but it's not quite open yet. So that would have been a good another place to eat. But they got all the signs up just to make you hungry. We'll walk a little bit farther, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break here. This is Simpler Times. This is the consignment shop up here. Hopefully you can see it. This is the only place really to get clothing or anything like that. So she does try to carry stuff in here that can help you guys, especially you guys if you don't come prepared for the weather or some stuff. But she can't carry everything, so you gotta come prepared, because like I said, you're not going to Walmart. You're not going to get to go to any of those places. This is about it. So make sure you come prepared. But if you do need something or do missing something, you can always check it out here, and she's really reasonably priced as far as that. So we're gonna walk down to the corner here, and I'm gonna stop and show you one of my favorite places, even though, well, I don't know if they're open today. They might be. Hardware Hanks. and Napa. But I like Hardware Hanks for a couple reasons. First of all, he's got some amazing gourmet root beer here. Gourmet root beer, stuff like that. People thought I was drinking a beer when I first bought it, but really good stuff. There also, he does carry like gloves if you need some gloves to do your checks, your pre and post checks, vehicle checks, and your and also if you need like some like stocking hats, stuff like that. That's what he's got there. But no, great thing. I like coming here, and really reasonable. And other thing that's really good, just to give you a heads up, you are living with people. If you're living with a snorer, they sell earplugs here. They sell earplugs. Also, if you're a light sleeper, even if there's not snorers, but there's going to be, people in your room or in your apartment, earplugs help. It helped me a lot last night. So for right now, we're going to stop here, and I'll pick it up in a second. Okay, so going to pick it up from here, just down the road from Main Street, just a little ways. Community United Methodist Church. So if you're Methodist or want to come to services, here's the place to come. Just down from Main Street. Again, it is on Main Street, but just down from where we were. I'm going to pan up so you can see where everything is up there. So you can see it's not a big area to go through. I'm going to cross the street here, hopefully. Well, normally I'd be worried about getting hit by a car, but right now there's nothing much out here. Keenesburg Town Hall's right here. So the brick, you can see. So just one other thing I want to show you before we get up to the corner. Oh, see, now I was mistaken. I didn't realize that. Just seeing the logo. So the logo when we were at the park looked a lot like a Kiwanis logo, and that's what I'm familiar with because we have like Kiwanis parks in New Mexico and stuff like that. But that circle with the K in it, that's the Keenesburg emblem. So that's what that was. So anyway, just a couple more walks down through here. Check it out. Guessing this was at one time a bank, because that's an after-hours depository thing. Right now, there's some barber shops, barber parlors, that kind of stuff. We're gonna walk down this way just to show you one more church, and then we're going to walk to, then we'll go ahead and walk back through Main Street, and then I'll show you how to get back to where the living quarters is for the guys. So we do have a Catholic church here as well. So me being Roman Catholic, came over here. I'll be honest, I didn't come to church today because I'm a little worried about getting people sick. I don't want to get people sick. Like I said, I'm fighting this cold. But maybe if they have something this afternoon, I might come over. This is Holy Family Church over here. Let's see. No, looks like I missed. So Saturday 5 p.m., Sunday 10:30. So that way I know. So anyway, small, nice little tiny church. And again, all the way back over here, back to Main Street. See, not a big distance. Okay, we're back walking up Main Street over here. Walking past the post office on this side. You can see what's up over here, just to give you an idea. Little hair cutting place. I don't know if anybody will be able to get a haircut here, because it looks like they're not going to be open anytime you'd be able to get one here. Keene Market up here. Again, really good food here. Most of the stuff that you need you can find here as far as food, and a really good butcher shop. So they cut some really good meat here. So anyway, from here, another salon. There's a lot of salons and boutiques here. I don't know what that is, the hayloft. I really don't. But there is Careers Worldwide there. Main Street Cafe. Ponderosa Inn again. And no, don't go in there. Don't go in there. There's a guy, I guess, that he did everything, passed his test, everything. Next day he was supposed to go get his CDL. He went in there to celebrate before, and they kicked him out, even though he'd passed everything. They didn't take him to get his CDL or give him his paperwork. So, anyway, what did I say? Chamber of Commerce office and insurance. So, this is back to Woodward. And now back down the road. So I'm going to, this is the corner of Woodward and Main, right here by the class, right here by where the store is. And I'm going to time how long it takes me to get there. I'm not going to be able to film it all because, like I said, I think it may be a little bit more than 5 minutes. But we're going to see. Or maybe I'll just turn it around and see and just film the other way just until I get there. So let's check that out. Okay, so we're going to walk this real quick, just down the road. It's not a long walk, I don't believe, but as I see things, I'll sort of show you from the back. I wanted to show everything from that one perspective, first person, me seeing it versus you looking at me. But right now, just want to film this to get to the house. Again, I decided to walk home. We went to go do laundry today. They took my laundry back to the house for me, which is nice enough to do. But just wanted to take a little walk, sort of show you. I don't mind walking, but if you know me, I mean, living in Albuquerque, I haven't had to walk very much, you know. Used to walk to work every once in a while. I didn't live that far, but at a long day, it would be a little tough to walk back. But so we're just gonna walk down here. So, a couple of things that I've noticed, you know, as we get through the first week and things that people are worried about. I mean, of course, people are worried about, you know, driving the truck and, you know, that kind of stuff, and learning, you know, double clutching and everything else we talked about. But it's the things that people could have came prepared for that they're worried about that sort of surprises me a little bit. So people worried about having enough money to make it through these few weeks, you know, whether it's you're here for CRST or you're here for Stevens, you know, or any of the other groups that train here, because that's mostly what you see. If you saw my buddy earlier jump in front of the camera, he said, yeah, you know, CRST and Stevens, that's mostly what is here. So Careers Worldwide doesn't just train Stevens drivers, they train CRST drivers too. And there are some differences between the two. I just want to throw this one out there. I feel like all the people that are going to Stevens, and I'm not trying to be biased about this, but all the people that are going through Stevens, because we've got to pay for our testing and we have to pay for 100% for our food up front. I don't know if CRST needs to pay that back or whatever, but for us, we've got to pay that. It seems like they're a little bit more important to us, for a lot of us, to be here and be prepared. That doesn't mean that everybody came prepared, because not everybody did. Um, you know, some people, they came ready to go. You know, they had studied, they had read at least the information, they had done some research, all of that. Other people, they didn't check it out at all. They came here really cold, like, you know, like it was just any other job. And you know, everybody you talk to, everybody I see, everything that I've seen online says this isn't just another job, especially if you're going over the road. You know, regional's one thing, local's another. But if you're going over the road, if you're going to be away from home for weeks and weeks at a time, it's a lifestyle. It's not just a job. You know, so you got to be ready for that. I mean, it doesn't do you any good to come out here, get a CDL, go get out on the road for a few weeks or a few months and then decide, oh, I hate this so much, and you quit. And then you end up in debt for your CDL school, because almost everybody has to sign some sort of length contract so that they agree to pay for your schooling. So, hold on one second. So, like I said, almost everybody has to pay something, or let me back up, not pay something, but have some sort of length of contract. I know for us at Stevens, you know, it's a minimum of 12 months that you're committed to Stevens, and then they're paying part of that cost for your school during that time, and if you stay with them after, they'll continue to pay part of that cost. But if you stay less than 12 months, you're responsible for all of that. So, you know, and it'll make it really tough to get a job. You know, so I don't understand how you know, people don't make sure that this is for them. One of the reasons I chose Stevens, and I'm not a big fan of CRST, and don't get me wrong, the guys there at CRST are great guys, but I couldn't do team. I mean, it's going to be hard enough to do it and be in a truck with a trainer for 6 weeks, you know, up to 6 weeks, learning how to do this. But that's one thing. But I'd have a difficult time team driving over a long period of time. It's not one of the reasons why I got in here in the first place. So I wanted to be able to go drive the truck, see the country, deliver all over wherever they want me to deliver, but during my downtime, plan how I wanted that downtime. You know, whether it's seeing something or stopping somewhere or whatever, but planning my downtime. Team just doesn't seem like that would be what I would want to do. So that's not for me. Now, that said, a lot of people gung-ho about team driving. If you're one of those people who you can't be by yourself for that kind of stuff and you want to drive, team driving may be it. And a company like CRST that does 100% team driving may be where you want to go. But for me personally, it's just not for me. But I'm so gung-ho looking towards Stevens. Just everything I've read, everything, you know, I've been told by my recruiter, everything that I've seen from other Stevens drivers or from Stevens drivers that have been there for a while, just makes me really gung-ho to be there. So that said, you know, I'm still really psyched. If I can get past this cold anyway. Maybe this walk's helping me a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit better just doing this walk. Maybe I need to do a little bit more of it this evening. But said we're almost there. We're going to stop right at the entrance to the little subdivision here. And I'll turn the camera back because there's a few things over here I want to show you. So, right now, if you're not timing, we're going on almost 8 minutes. So, about 8 minutes from, like I said, I'm almost there. the entrance to where the housing is. So like I said, it's not a long walk from downtown to here, but it is a little bit of a walk. And like I said, I'll try to figure out what the times are according to Google Maps as far as walking. We walked from over here to go eat, and we went, through a different way, cut through near the railroad tracks and stuff like that. It took us a little bit less time, but it did take us some time. Okay, so right here, I'm going to turn this here and show you. Let me get the right thing. So right back there are the apartments. So it took me about 9 minutes to walk over here. Not that long. Nice little walk. I'm going to show you a couple other things real quick. Hold on one. Okay, so this is where I was, just facing the other way. Apartments are behind me now. Just wanted to show you one other thing. There's TBK Bank. It's the only real bank around, and they do have an ATM over here. There's an ATM at Keene Market. There's an ATM at Family Dollar. You can get some cash back at Family Dollar. I don't think you can at Keene Market, but they do charge you a little bit of a fee at Family Dollar. So either way, you're going to pay a little bit of a fee. So I'm just going to increase that a little bit. That first building right there, that's where I'm living right now. Some of the apartments over here are where some of the Careers Worldwide students play. We're going to walk over here real quick. Going to cross the road. So even though Keenesburg is a little town, you got to realize that it's not cheap to live here in Colorado. It's just not. And I'm going to show you something. I mean, I lived in Colorado for a while in Aurora, and I liked it a lot, but that was in 1996, I believe, 96, 97. Had a lot of fun, enjoyed up here, but it's not cheap to live up here, and it's gotten more expensive. Let me give you an example. So there's this house here, and we walked by it, we've driven by it. Wanted to check it to see how much it was. So it's not a big house, you can tell. Doesn't even have a garage on it right now or anything like that. About 890 square feet, give or take. Almost $300,000 for that house. So it is not cheap. Building another house over here, looks a little bit bigger. So excuse you for the banging over here, the noises. So, like I said, not far to walk, not big long walks. It's taking a little bit of time to get where you need to go on your off time. Only real time that's important in the houses are the times that the vans leave. No earlier than 9:30 in the morning. At 12:15 on the way back from lunch, and they got to be parked by 5:45 or 45 minutes after they release you from school. That's about it. Other time that's important, 10 p.m. that's quiet time in the apartments. So you need to keep it quiet and all sorts of noise down after that. But that's about it. And again, this is the apartment that I live in. I don't think that all of these are Careers Worldwide, used by Careers Worldwide, but some of them are. So, but anyway, so that's it. So that's my tour. I hope we gave you a nice little tour of Keenesburg. I think it's a nice little community. Going to be here for another couple weeks, so hopefully you enjoy it. But that's it. Tomorrow should be on the road for the first time tomorrow or the next couple days. Psyched. Now a sophomore here, so you know that'll go by fast. So hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend. This is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog, here at Careers Worldwide in Keenesburg, Colorado, going to CDL school, on my way to work for Stevens Transport. I am psyched and looking forward to the rest of the time here. Have a great one. Take care.